Hello. Good morning. To worship with Second Baptist today, I am so glad that you are here. If you're here out at beautiful Lake Nixon or if you're joining us online, your presence matters today. And while every Sunday is very special, this one is especially so for me today. It is Youth Sunday, and I am already so proud of these youth, I can hardly stand it. They have put this service together completely on their own. From choosing the scripture texts and theme to the worship guide cover art. From writing the script for the skit to making the busy bags for kids. And kids, if you didn't get a busy bag, they're back at the gates as you come in. The youth have planned and executed this entire service, and I know you will experience a word from God today. There's a few things I want to point out. First, I hope you'll notice the cover of your worship guide. This was created by Will Pemberton. For Will, the light bulb was drawn to prompt you to consider your own light, and the stars in the sky represent God's light. You can see a bigger and in full color image of it right up here. I hope this image will aid in your reflection in worship today. I also hope you'll take time after worship to investigate the light bulbs that are strung here in the front. These were created by our art team, and you'll hear more about that in just a moment. One thing I think you're going to discover today that I have so enjoyed watching flourish in our youth is that they intuit worship. This is a language they speak, both week after week as we gather for corporate worship and in their everyday lives. You've taught them that. Thank you. In a minute, I'll sit down and you won't hear another word from me or another minister again until the very end of the service. And you'll be so very blessed, I promise. But first, just a comment, a couple reminders. We're going to worship next Sunday out here again at Lake Nixon. Our social work intern, Claire McGowan, will be with us. We're excited to see her in the flesh. And then we'll also have a 2BC play day following worship. So pack a lunch or run up the road to get something after lunch, after worship, and come back here to play. There are boats and hiking and pickleball, so you'll want to be here to play with us next week. As we prepare our hearts today for worship, would you take a look around on this beautiful sunny day? Will you notice all that has been illuminated by the sun? This beautiful sanctuary, these beautiful faces of God's people. May our hearts blaze within us as we worship the one who spoke light into being and said, "It was good."
The light bulbs you see here are our own interpretation of light. They represent a childlike joy, the fire of the Spirit, the light of the life found in nature, and many of the things that bring a smile to our faces. They challenge us to think outside the box and use our creativity to shine God's light in the world. We hope you will check them out after worship.
I'll be reading John 1:1-5. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things came into being through him, and without him not one thing came into being. What has come into being in him was life, and the life was the light of all people. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not overcome it. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God.
Please stand and sing with us.
please pray with us? Dear God, thank you for this day on earth and for beautiful Lake Nixon. Thank you for that we, as youth, are able to get the vaccine now.
Help us to recover from this pandemic. Help us to shine our light even in the darkest of times. And help us put our faith in you.
Help us stay in the spirit of wanting to learn about you and what you have done for our world. Teach us to open our hearts to you so that we can channel your light through us.
Help us to pray as you taught us to pray.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom,
the
and
power,
and the glory forever. Amen.
I would like to start with our first piece of scripture that Miles first read to us. It's John 1, 1 through 5, and it says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made. In him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. Light and dark. It's a pretty obvious contrast. The good versus the bad tends to make its way into our everyday lives. When COVID first began, that was when I experienced darkness. I was afraid of what was going to happen. What would senior year be like? Would I be able to see my friends? Can I see my church family again? Anxiety consumed me through the dark times, and I thought for sure nothing would help me cope. But then, a sliver of hope, in fact, a sliver of light, made its way, shined through. In which case, it was in the midst of an anxiety attack, one that I couldn't simply shake off. I picked up a pencil and some paper, and I began to draw. As I drew, I wrote down the things that were troubling me the most. All of the events that were happening in the world, all of the struggles I had while staying home and working on my computer. Everything that I kept internally was drawn on that paper. When I finished, I felt relief. Like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders, like the darkness had let me go and allowed the light to shine down. I kept thinking to myself, what just happened? How can something so simple take away the darkness that had consumed me for so long? I then realized that the light was my own talent, something that I had done for years and never realized that it could help me cope with my anxiety. Through over a year, I drew and drew of what anxiety felt like, identifying that darkness so it would let my talent shine through. The light of my most beloved hobby shined down through the darkness of anxiety, and that darkness could not overcome it. Would you please stand, or would you please sing with us?
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. To see you high and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing holy, holy, holy. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. To see you high and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. I want to see you. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you.
We invite you to join us in a reflective prayer. Notice all the different colors and shades around us. Different people see things differently. Some people see light by common, ordinary things, like a helping hand. Others see light in God's creation, such as trees, birds, or reflection on the water. Think about how you see light and how you reflect light. In the next few minutes of quiet, we ask you to think how you see light and how you reflect your own light.
We also invite you to see light in others. It seems that we have disagreements with others because we don't acknowledge others' light and those different from others. Maybe we can gain more light if we see God's light in others. In the next few minutes, reflect on how others around you reflect God's light. God, please help us see others people's light and intentionally shine the light God gave us to all we meet.
John 1 through 5 says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made." Sorry. In him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind. The light shines in darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. In another translation, the Message, this verse says, "Everything was created through him. Nothing, not one thing, came into being without him. What came into existence was, and the life was the light to live by. The light blazed out of the darkness. The darkness could not put it out. No darkness can overcome light. If you think about it, even if you were to go in the darkest cave or room and light a small little candle, it could illuminate so much and you could at least see what was in front of you. But without the light of God, people are lost. With God's love in us, which is manifested in Jesus' grace, we can shine that light for others. God's light in us looks like kindness, patience, forgiveness, and tolerance. A time when I experienced God's light was when I first started high school. I was coming from a different middle school that nobody else was coming from, and none of my friends or anyone that I knew was going to this high school. So, going into it was very scary, since I had always been shy and introverted. That year was also a tough year because of all the rigorous classes, and not to mention the transition from middle school to high school. Finding new friends was hard, and at times I felt almost overwhelmed by darkness. But with God, the light shines and shows a path. That path came in the form of friendly faces, caring teachers, and common bond of experiencing new things. By the end of the year, I knew a lot of people and really enjoyed the rest of high school. One light that is really illuminating is family. Church family, relative family, friends, whatever type of family that you have, that is good to have that support. Family are the people that show you the light and shine it on the right path that you need to take. Family or community are the people that God created because we as humans can't survive without that support and love. Our relationship with others is that light in the darkest room. For the reason that light, or Jesus, is the way of God, we must follow it because it is good and will lead us on the right path. But don't be deceived. It is impossible for a person to both walk in darkness and have fellowship with God, for God is light. If you will walk in the light as he is in the light, you can live as God has intended you to live, in fellowship with him. Don't be discouraged by this, though, for Jesus died for our sins. By his death, he brought us life. Believing in Jesus means that the light will always be available for us, no matter what dark thoughts, temptations, or acts overtake us. Fellowship with God brings us peace and understanding which we wouldn't have without the light. So today, I must ask you, have you seen the light? If you've been on the receiving end of a kind deed, encouraging word, or loving gesture by a family member or friend, your path has been illuminated. If you reach out to a friend you haven't heard from for a while, or spend time with somebody that needs you, you are shining God's light brightly. This verse reminds us that we all need that light, and God's love can provide us with that kind that never burns out no matter what. Thank you.
please stand and sing with us? Be seated.
No, I honestly can't even right now.
She thinks she's so much brighter than the rest of us. I'm extremely bright, and I fit in your pocket.
Yeah, even I have different settings and different colors of light. Plus, no one even uses a lantern anymore.
I wonder what it's like not to be used. I wouldn't know.
Let's just go. She's just a waste of our time. Hey, Lantern, what's wrong? iPhone and Flashlight were making fun of me. They said I'm not useful anymore.
That's not true.
I think you hurt Lantern's feelings.
Wait, she could hear us?
She did, and what you said made her feel like she doesn't belong anymore.
Oh, I wasn't really thinking about how she feels. She must feel pretty terrible.
I think you owe her an apology.
They don't know what they're talking about, Lantern. You're very useful.
How? When have I ever been useful?
You were used before the rest of us were even invented.
Even though you're not used as often as the rest of us, you're still important and useful as any other light.
They're right, Lantern. We're sorry. We shouldn't have said what we said.
Yeah, sorry. Besides, we're all better together. Thanks, guys. I really needed that.
Well, come on, let's go.
Yeah, Lantern, lead the way.
Today I will be reading from Matthew 5:14 through 16. You are the light of the world. A city built on a hill cannot be hidden. No one, after lighting a lamp, puts it under the bushel basket, but on the lampstand, and it gives light to all in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God.
Good morning. Mark 5:16 says, "Let your light shine before others." There are so many different ways that you can let your light shine. Through your talents, your voice being heard, even being a light for others. A way that I show my light is through my talents. Singing and art are probably my main two talents.
I enjoy sharing my paintings and my voice with others. Though I enjoy sharing them now, I've had a hard time sharing my light with others. I was in second grade, and it was my first year going to Camp Second. Camp Second is a week-long summer camp in Tennessee. I remember being super excited for the talent show they put on at the end of the week. I had a song prepared to sing, and my mom playing the piano for me. As the day of the talent show progressed, I began to grow nervous. This is probably the first time that I've sung in front of people I really didn't know. I remember when my name was called to go next, and I began to cry. I was so scared of what people would think or that I would mess up and embarrass myself. Luckily, the people that were running the show let me go after a few more people so I could calm down. People from church encouraged me not to be scared. It helped me boost my confidence. My name was called again, and my mom and I went on stage, and I got to sing. Though I was scared still, I pushed through. To this day, I still have trouble showing my light. I fear others will judge me. I fear others' thoughts and opinions, and that I can't be my true self because of that. Hiding your light is so much easier than showing it. People can be cruel, and words hurt. Being yourself can be just as scary as singing in front of strangers. This fear stops many people from doing the things that they want to do. Like right now, I'm nervous to speak in front of others. I'm nervous of what you're thinking at this very moment. I come from a long line of introverts who have not prepared me for singing or speaking in front of others. Even though I know almost everyone here, I'm still nervous of what you're thinking. This next year, I will be attending UCA. I'm going in undecided on my major of study, though I know I want to major in psychology or art. I know I will struggle with choosing because I enjoy both. I love working with people, and I find the human brain fascinating. I love painting and creating things. Psychology will be new to me, but I know it'll be interesting and can branch into many fields. Art I will be more familiar with, and I know I already enjoy art, though I know I will struggle with choosing both either way. This year will be a year of listening. Listening for God to put me in the right direction that will help me choose my future. It will be difficult, and I will need patience because I know God won't just whisper the right answer into my ear. That would be too easy. God will put people in my life to help guide me, like from camp. The only reason I was able to go on stage was because of the people who encouraged me to face my fears. Friends and family encouraged me to be myself. They are my light. I know God will guide me. Even though I am in the dark, God will light a candle to help me better see the things around me. Though the candle won't light the entire room, it will give me enough light to see the things I need to see to guide me from this moment to the next as I slowly start this new journey. I trust the people that God puts in my life will help guide me. God puts people in your life to help guide, encourage, help, and support you through any journey you may take. Others who are close to you can be your light in the darkness. Other people's light can encourage you to show your own light. That's why you're able to be your true self, because you have people around you who let you show your light. The ways I said you can show your light in the beginning might just help encourage those around you to show their own light. God calls us to be the light for others. We need to help and encourage one another if we want to be able to shine our own light. Because if no one is shining, then no one can be who they really are. I encourage everyone here to become the light someone else might need by showing your light. God may be the light of the world, but you add to the light that God has provided. Light guides all of us, and all we have to do is follow. Discovering our own light can be a lifelong journey, but it is something we need to discover. Show your light so you can be the light for others. In the words of Amanda Gorman, "For there is always light. If only we are brave enough to see it. If only we are brave enough to be it."
Please stand and sing with us.
be seated.
It's no doubt true that the sun is the great light that has made all of this possible. But can we not also say with full confidence today that there have been other great lights shining right before us? Can we give our youth and all of their gifts a round of applause and gratitude? It's incredible. And the truth is, not all of their gifts show up in the course of a worship service, but show up in a multitude of other ways, big and small, throughout the week. And if you know them, you know what I'm talking about. As we honor all of our youth today, we have some special recognitions to make. In a minute, Brittany is going to honor our high school grads, but before that, we need to honor and recognize some higher ed grads. Jeremy, if you would come help me. We have gifts in these blue bags with names on them. I'm going to ask the graduates and their families to stand if they're here today where you are, if you could be here. Jessica Daniel and your family. Jessica graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in Communications and Media and a Bachelor of Arts in Community and Family Services from Ouachita Baptist University. The great news about Jessie is she's going to be in town working on a master's degree. It's a really cool program that will let her do some work which will enhance her degree as well. Jessie, we're super proud of you, and we're glad you're in Little Rock. Grace Heflin could not be here today, but her family is. Would you stand? Grace graduated from Pepperdine University with a BS in Computer Science with Mathematics. And her plan, according to her dad, is to look for a job. We're proud of Grace. Kate Jenkins, otherwise known as KJ, I don't believe could be here today. She works at The Root. And if you want a good brunch, you could probably see her there in a few minutes. KJ joined our church just a couple of years ago, just before the pandemic, so many of you might not have the pleasure of knowing her. She is an incredible young lady, was ordained a deacon at Second Baptist Church in Memphis before she moved to Little Rock. And so her previous church recognized her gifts, as do we. She graduated from the Clinton School of Social Work with a master's in public service, and we will get her gift to her. Ryan Malik could not be here today. I want to ask the Maliks to stand if you would. Ryan graduated with a BA in Business Administration and Management from Ouachita Baptist University. He's also working at Legacy Termite and Pest Control, which is a legacy, I hear. And finally today, Olivia Overton. Where are the Overtons? Olivia, there you go ahead. Out there. Olivia graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering from the University of Arkansas, and she is headed in short order to the University of Oklahoma to get a Master's in Environmental Engineering. So Olivia, we're super proud of you, and we're glad that you could be here today. God bless you on your journey. I'm going to turn it over to Brittany.
told you before that I was already so proud I couldn't stand it, and I'm not exactly sure how I'm not bursting right now. Youth, I'm so proud of you. Thank you for leading us well. And I'm super proud of our seniors, who I thought might need my help with those sermons, and they didn't need me at all, other than to say, wow, good job. You have shined your light, and it is obvious that God's light lives in and shines through you. I want to say a word real quick to our youth, our senior parents. You've raised your kids really, really well. You have so many reasons to be proud of both your kid and the really good hard work you have done and will continue to do. And church, you have taken so very seriously the call to train up a child in the way he and she should grow. And so you should also be so very proud of these students and of the good hard work you have done and will continue to do. So, as the one who gets to hang out with them and wear the title of youth minister, I want to thank you on their behalf. Thank you for loving them well. Thank you for letting them be the beautifully unique people God made them to be. Thank you for recognizing their giftedness, their light, and for making sure.
But as a church that professes our love and care for children and youth, one of the ways that we will do that is to wear our masks until they have had ample time to get vaccinated themselves. So I hope that you'll help me honor that, whether we're here or at the church in the coming weeks. So back out here at Lake Nixon next Sunday, and we'll be in the sanctuary moving forward in the Sundays to follow. I hope that you can join us. Did you notice how different the buildings look at Lake Nixon? Used some of their inheritance, and they wanted it to make Lake Nixon look as good as Lake Nixon could look. And so JV and Marianne McKinney continue to bless our church long after they are gone, because they're not gone. And then our youth, who will be leaders in our church for generations to come, lead us as they lead today. One of my great joys at Second Baptist Church is to see the generations dance together in one church. And if you have eyes to see, you can see it all around you today. Thanks be to God. And thanks for being a part of that family. All right, I'm done. Let's sing, and Brittany's going to benedict us today, I think. Or the singing is the benediction today.